Yes, would you please start by introducing yourself to the viewers?
I'm Alicia Jamal. I am the manager of Bliss Records Kenya. And I actually just moved to Nairobi, Kenya from Canada about a year ago. And this is my first time in Rwanda. Yeah.
What were you doing in Canada?
Actually, professionally, I'm in HR. So I was in human resources for the past 9 years. I left all of that to open up my own gym in Kenya. So I'm a fitness instructor, a bikini athlete, and I have my own gym now in Nairobi.
You're still doing the same thing in Nairobi and combining it with managing the label?
Yes. So I have my own business, and then I manage Bliss Records as well.
How does it feel to be doing those things like that? I feel like they are really different. Music and another business, sometimes they become a problem fusing them.
Absolutely. It's two completely different worlds. And I think the challenge of it is the most exciting part. I've learned a lot about music. I really enjoy. I listen to music in a completely different light now. So I think it's the constant learning that's actually really exciting. I have a business background, so I think on the management perspective, it's something that I've done for many years. So yeah.
Why did you want to actually manage this specific label and this specific artist? Not maybe there are some other different type of labels in Kenya, like Grandpa. Why did you choose this one?
Well, I was actually introduced to Bliss Records when I met Chiva, the CEO, who's actually my partner as well. So that's kind of how I fell into Bliss. But in terms of the vision of Bliss, it's definitely something I really believe in, merging different cultures in music. And the long-term vision that Bliss has is something that I really believe in, which is why it becomes easy to manage as well.
Then after being the manager, you caught up with the artist. Then you were like, let's not end it from managing the label. Let's try and manage something else apart from music.
I mean, we have, on the personal side of things, we do have a relationship, but business comes first for both of us. He supports my business in my gym, and the same way Bliss comes first as well. So business always comes first.
What if one of them stops? Is another one going to go on, or you guys are gonna? If you guys like broke up, is the business gonna go on, or if the business stops, are you guys gonna keep up with the relationship?
We have a vision together to build an empire, and I think that we really support that dream. I don't foresee us breaking up, and I definitely don't foresee the empire falling. So yeah.
Is it really something very easy to manage a handsome artist like him?
All artists have their challenges. Everyone has different personalities. Everyone has kind of their own vision for themselves. So there's definitely challenges. But I think what he's built at Bliss is kind of a family. And he treats his employees like that. And so they kind of reciprocate that, which makes it a bit easier.
How do you feel when he's sometimes performing in an audience and girls tend to be loving him and show some gaze? You don't feel like you don't like that about his career?
I understand that that's part of the career. It's what you have to do, and it's part of the business. I'm a bikini athlete myself, so I understand from a different perspective what it's like, but we have an understanding that that's kind of our career, very different from our personal lives.
How do you project this label on the East African market in 3 or 4 years coming?
In the short time that I've been in Kenya and I've kind of understood the music industry, I think Bliss really has set itself apart because, Chiva himself is of an Indian background and is Kenyan. He signs artists from all over Kenya. He's constantly scouting new talent and different kind of backgrounds. So I think that is really unique to Bliss, and that's why I think they will and have gone really far in a short time.
Do you have some of the biggest challenges that you guys faces when you're trying to develop this artist and the label on East African market? Like the biggest challenges you can tell people that someone who wants to be established as an artist or a label on the East African market has to face?
It's tough. It's a tough industry to break into. There's a lot of artists that have their own kind of agenda, and that becomes difficult to manage. So I think if you're planning to open a record label, you really have to put in the work, and there's a lot of background work that goes into it. And I think it looks easy when it's all said and done, but the work that goes into it is absolutely insane. So it's just I would suggest you just do your background work, put in the work, and you'll get there.
Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for having me.